Just do everything you can. There are a lot of different avenues to getting that family that you dream of and keeping that hope, and we love providing that too with Baby Quest.
Welcome back to Live with the Hive. My name is Janice Jokkel, your host today, and I can't wait to share our story together. We are going to share the journey of an emotional journey that we've both had, and we have got an opportunity for those people that are in our situation or was in our situation to be able to get some help. So, Lindsey, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much.
So we both have had the similar journeys of yearning to be a mom, being in a situation where being pregnant or not being pregnant or whatever the case may be, was just not in our cards, and my journey was that I was young. I had several miscarriages, and I then found out I could never get pregnant again. Not by choice. And so I went down that journey of, well, what do we do? Are we going to adopt? Are we going to do this? Are we going to do that? And at the age of 25, we went down that journey of emptying our bank accounts, like every single penny we had, to do this thing called IVF through the Cleveland Clinic. And 5 rounds, and the last round was successful. And I could say today that I have an amazing son who's 26, who's an ICU nurse at the Cleveland Clinic, ironically, and my daughter who's 23. But, that journey was painful. It was expensive, and it absolutely ended where we wanted it to be, but not everybody has that opportunity. So share with our viewers the reason why I have you on today.
Well, like you, I went through a similar story where I didn't have the financial needs to pursue those expensive treatments of IVF. And as you know, it's an incredibly emotional journey.
Yep.
But adding on the financial stresses, it just takes it to a whole nother level. I work with Baby Quest Foundation. They are based out of LA, but we support the whole nation. Couples just like us are coming into the situation where they can't move forward. So we provide that hope and give grants to those seeking IVF, surrogacy, egg donor, embryo, sperm donation, and even egg freezing. So we give out grants twice a year, March and September, and we help about 15 to 20 couples or individuals who are pursuing that path and help them move forward. And many times it ends up growing their family, and we're so happy to provide that kind of hope because there's just so many companies that are not providing that insurance.
Yeah.
They're coming in already in debt. They've already had many procedures like you have, and that can wreck the spirit. And when you run out of money,
it sucks the soul. It absolutely, it's bad enough that we go through these journeys that we can't get pregnant or we lose a pregnancy or whatever that loss feels like. But to be able to be against the wall from a financial burden, I didn't have that opportunity back, 26 years, 20, whatever, however many years ago. And it took us years to be able to get to where we were able to actually have a successful transfer and birth of our son.
You expect, heading down that route of meeting the right person or moving on to family, expect it to be so easy. This is the natural process.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. And then you find all these roadblocks in the way and you're stuck. You don't know where to turn. It's just important to find that support system and keep going and have, keep pushing through, because that dream can happen.
Yeah.
Can happen.
So you were a recipient of the grant
Yeah.
and that's how you got connected. So
That's
how
right.
did you originally find them? Like, they're in California, so,
Right.
you know.
So we had no idea that we were going to run into fertility issues. You
Yeah.
know that your whole
Nobody
life,
does.
You're not trying to get pregnant typically, and then when you do, you're like, oh, okay. So we
Yeah.
both had fertility issues, male factor as well. So I saw the price and I was like, wow, we just bought a house. This is not good. We are not in a financial position to just go forward with this. I was 33, he was 37.
Yeah.
Or 36, and I immediately was like, oh, there's got to be some help out there.
Yeah.
My doctor's like, nope, probably not.
Yeah.
You're just going to have to, take out some loans or whatever, and that's just not something that we would normally do.
Yeah.
So I just went online and Googled, and I found a couple foundations, but there was not very much support out there at all.
Mm-hmm.
When I went onto Baby Quest Foundation, I was reading the stories of the recipients, and while they were pretty new at that point, they started in 2011, I was really resonating with a lot of the couples, and I was like, wow, this is us. Like, this is us. Why
Yeah.
don't we try? And it is taking a chance.
Yeah, for sure.
There were hundreds that were applying, and I think at that time they were selecting like 5 to 7. And we were lucky enough, we applied the second time actually and received the grant. And now I do have twin sons who are 9 years old, and they're wild and crazy, but the journey was tough in the beginning. Without Baby Quest, I really don't know where we would be. So I owe everything to them. A few years later, after I had the twins, I started getting involved with them. And now we work together, and we have a director, and we are doing bigger things. Now we're giving out nearly $500,000 with all the support and meds and different things that we provide to the recipients each year. And hopefully we just grow more and more, because more and more people are needing these services, the support,
Right.
the financial. It ends up being also an emotional support, because you join a group of recipients that share their
Yeah.
experiences too. It's
Yeah.
a wonderful thing.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't have that opportunity when I was going
No.
through it. And I'm
Couldn't
so
imagine.
happy that there is a solution for people today, because it is a lonely, lonely, lonely journey. When you've got family that are having, babies, and their, sisters and brothers and cousins, and everybody's growing their family, and all you want is to yearn for being a mom or a dad. And that opportunity is not, afforded to you at that time.
Right.
There's always a solution, but so thank you for being on our show. I know you're very busy. You run your own business, and you have this passion for doing what you're doing, and you're getting more involved in that. You're becoming a full-time.
Yes.
As of February?
Yeah, February,
Yeah.
Just under full time. I have a lot to do with the kids and stuff, so I wanted to be active in
Yeah.
their lives too. But
Yeah.
just working, from my desk remotely, but we're doing lots of meetings and continuing the work that we want to do. But in a bigger capacity, we're getting more and more donors and corporations that are helping us. We're working with celebrities and influencers that help push us even further. We're working on several campaigns right now that I can't release yet, but it's very exciting stuff when we get the support of people who can donate and help us go further and help more couples and individuals. I mean, we are very diverse in our grants. We offer every culture, we really look to diversify our grants, and also individuals and transgender, same sex. We do not discriminate whatsoever. So it's really important to us to be able to reach similar to the population of what the United States brings.
Sure. Wow. So leave us with words of wisdom today.
Well, I think the most important thing when you're going through a journey like this is to keep the hope, keep pushing forward. I mean, if you would have given up after 1 or 2 cycles, in the end, if you keep
wouldn't
pushing,
be a mom today.
right, just do everything you can. There are a lot of different avenues to getting that family that you dream of and keeping that hope, and we love providing that too with Baby Quest. Another thing is finding your support system. Back when you were doing, unfortunately, it was newer, and so there wasn't all these online avenues, but there is a lot of support out there. Find your people that will keep you going and be able allow you to talk and move forward with that. And if you're applying for a Baby Quest application, we have March and September deadlines, but tell your story. We want to hear everything. Be vulnerable, give us all the information so that we can make the best decision and hopefully give you a grant.
Okay, well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, I am so excited that we could share our stories. You know, it's to peel back that Band-Aid after all these years was when I talked to you and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this conversation. But you know what? There are so many people out there that feel lost and hopeless. And don't give up. There's always a solution. And if it's your dire belief to be able to be a parent, don't give up hope. Like you said, don't give up hope.
Don't give up the hope.
Yeah. Well, until next time, until we see our next community connector in her seat, we appreciate you. Armstrong and the Biz Hive bring this show to you to share the stories of our community leaders and people just like Lindsey as we get to share our stories together. So until next time, toodles.
Armstrong is proud to support the community and local businesses. As an Armstrong Business Solutions customer, the team at the Biz Hive supports their community through Armstrong's high-speed internet connection and reliable service. Watch Armstrong Neighborhood Channel on Channel 100 or visit Armstrong Neighborhood Channel on YouTube.